This is an emotional control technique that I believe is too helpful to leave until I need later to share to you. So it's a really good technique for reducing stress and emotional chaos in your life, and it helps you manage and control your mind much better than would have ever thought before. It lets you become the person you want to become a more uh, emotionally capable, resilient individual who isn't very um, pressed by outside events, I'd say. Now, you might already have this thing done in your mind, but some people don't and they just don't realize it. So, I'm going to go through the process with you now. So, what you want to do is when you're feeling really pressed about something, you feel really angry because of something's happened, you just got a bad email, then just listen to your deepest, darkest thoughts in your mind and don't try to suppress them, and don't say them out loud either. Don't do the physical act of talking, just keep it in your mind. Now what you want to do is like absolutely emphasize those thoughts in your mind, so just scream them in your own mind. Whatever heinous things you have to say, whatever bad names you want to call someone, do that for a while and keep doing it, because that's exercising the limbic area of your brain, and it's letting your emotional control release its energy, and you're going to be much better off then, because you're not trying to just be good all the time in the perception of your own mind, because what you think in your own mind isn't a sin. It's not bad unless you um, keep doing it as an indulgence or something. I don't know where to draw the line with that, but if if you're like, oh gosh, I just want to I want to hit this person on the head with a hammer or something, just think, oh gosh, this person is just such an annoying nerd. Think that, and um, let it keep going on. Now you're going to want to do this for a week, and afterwards you're going to start realizing something, and that's that at first it's pretty nice and you actually start laughing at what you think about, and it's going to slightly dwindle down the effects of your uncontrolled mind. But then what's going to happen is that it's going to get slightly worse again, because you need to employ the second step, and you have to wait until you start feeling slightly worse again to implement the second step. Now the second step is applying logical thoughts just to quell those thoughts, and just finishing up your thought process with, this is okay, that person probably didn't mean anything, just think logically about it. And this step is what people usually try to force on you at first. They try to say, oh, just think logically about it, you know. But the thing is, your limbic area of your brain hasn't gotten an outlet properly, therefore you're not going to properly be able to just think logically, because there's always going to be that piece of resentment fighting against you in your own mind. So you need to let that out first, and owning in your brain, don't ever say it out loud, because that just makes it worse again. People get very carried away with talking, and with and it can even evolve into talking loudly or shouting or something. So don't do that. Just let it stay in your mind and just keep doing that. Now that's step one. Going back to step two again. Again, just apply logical thought to it. Just apply some hopeful, objective thoughts. Just see it from a slightly more optimistic point of view than you normally see it, and don't say anything too bad. And that this is what's called kind of boxing the internal part of your, or the limbic part of your brain, because it's kind of just putting your really already exercised limbic area of your brain into a box, so then it's just not coming out and it's not affecting how you think. And I got this idea from the chimp paradox, and by the limbic area of your brain, I've had to keep saying that, but I could just be saying chimp, because what you really have is an internal chimp in your mind, and that chimp stops you from being the person who you want to be. And if you exercise this chimp then, and you say whatever you want, no matter how bad, in your mind, not anywhere else, just in your mind. What's shout in your mind, whatever, and then you box it. You think logically, you calm the gym down, and then you put it to sleep, and then you put it in a box, and you store it away somewhere, and it's just going to be fine. Now, I did this a few months ago, and I found that have never had to do it again. You know, you just need to do it once in your life. If you're a kind of emotionally erratic person, just do it once, and then you'll never have to do it again. It's just a one-time thing. And do try to share it with people if you can. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes they need to figure it out for themselves, and that's fine too. I eventually figured it out, but it really depends. The main factor about whether you're going to figure it out or not is whether you actually want to live without this neurotic thought process going on in your mind. Whether you want to live without this really emotional brain that's just making you angry all the time. Because I used to be I used to just get ticked off if someone made the tiniest sound. Well, not the tiniest sound, but if someone was talking or gabbing really loudly right beside me while I was trying to work, then it would just really press my buttons. So it's okay then. Now, this doesn't cure your anger forever. It does cure your anger as in a bad thing, but you can still get righteously angry about something, about some injustice, and only that is where anger can be used as a tool. But anger cannot be used as a tool when it just controls you like that, when you're in your chimp control state. So make sure that you employ this. You probably know, if you're out with a lot of people a lot, that you have this problem. If you're not though, then you're not going to realize, and I didn't realize until this year, and I've been living for nearly 2 decades. So make sure that you identify that, and then you do just what I outlined in this video.